we're going to order these by the longest first. So you could do this in different ways. You could lay all your things out in front of you and have a look and see which is the longest and swap them round, or you could have them in a pile next to you and decide. But it might be a good idea to keep them all out in front of you so you can see them, so you can compare them. Do you remember when comparing is when they look at each other side by side and you can make a comparison so you can decide which is longer and which is shorter. Now I'm ordering from longest to shortest, so the longest ones are going to be this side and the shortest ones are going to be this side. So I'm already deciding that this chopstick is longer than everything else on the paper. So I'm going to swap that with my whiteboard pen. So I've got the longest thing up here, and I need to decide next. Now definitely that peg is in the wrong place. It's definitely shorter, so it's probably going to go up the shorter end, and I can bring some of the longer things over. So the paintbrush is quite long, and so is the knife. But when I put the knife next to the paintbrush, the knife is longer than the paintbrush. So I'm going to swap those over. Now do you notice all of the ends are together, just like we spoke about before? It's really important that the end of each object is on the same line. So I've used a piece of paper so I can line them all up and I can see, so that we're measuring them fairly. Because if I put the knife up here, it's going to look like it's the same length as a chopstick, and it's not. So put all of the ends together. Doesn't matter which way up it is, as long as all the ends are touching. Now this seems to be in the wrong place because it's shorter than the other objects, so I'm going to move it up here for now. And the pen doesn't seem right. Let's have a look, see if there's anything else that's long. Which is the longest item? The flamingo pencil is looking quite long. Looks like it should be up this end somewhere. Now when I put it next to the paintbrush, I'm looking at it carefully and they're almost the same, but I think maybe the flamingo is just a tiny bit longer, so I'm going to swap them over. Okay, now we've got these items to look at now, so we need to decide which is the longest of those five, because we've decided that they're the longest out of all of them, but now we're down to these ones. So the pencil is longer than the other things that are on the paper, so I'm going to move that over to there. I think maybe that pink pen might be in the right place. That might be the next one down. Can you see it's going down, 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 down? Do you think that's next? I don't think so, because I think that lollipop stick is longer. Do you know? I think this is almost like the paintbrush and the flamingo pencil. I think they're almost the same. I might even just stand them up next to each other so I can see which one is taller and which one is shorter. In fact, I think the lolly stick is just a bit taller, not much. If I put their ends together on the paper, I think the lolly stick is slightly longer. And then we've just got these two to compare. Now we've got the pen and the peg. This is much easier because the pen is longer than the peg. So we have ordered all of our things from longest to shortest. Now if you want to challenge yourself, you could do it the other way round, and you could order it from shortest to longest, and that would mean that the peg is at this end. Let me swap them round. This is going to be tricky. Let's see if I can do this. That would go there. Let's see if I've done that right. Let's put all the ends together. Put they all together. That's on the line. That's on the line. And the peg's on the line. So it's really important to listen out for that language, what people are asking you to do. So this is now ordered from shortest to longest. So it's the opposite way round. So listen really carefully to those key words, and that's what we call them. We call key words. Listen out for those words that we understand to follow the instructions. Why don't you go off and find a selection of objects and see if you can order them from longest to shortest and shortest to longest. And if you really want to challenge yourself even more, see if you can talk about those comparisons and say why you put them where you did. Do you remember when I said why I was putting the paintbrush and the flamingo next to each other, and then I decided which one was longer and which one was shorter? So use that language by talking to discuss how you made those decisions.